Edge Designations, CFA Level 2, Revision and Exam Program for the 2024 exam cycle. By way of introduction, let me introduce myself. My name is Russell Jude, and I head up the CFA Level 2 program on behalf of Edge Designations. The purpose of this video is twofold. Number one is to give you a little bit of a look as to what we can expect in the actual CFA Level 2 exam, first and foremost. And secondly is to introduce you to Edge Designations and just to give you a little bit of a show what we can do for you for the CFA Level 2 exam, what programs we have, what offerings we have, and what may suit you in that respect. But first and foremost, let's get going on the CFA Level 2 side itself. Let's have a look at a little bit at the syllabus first and foremost. Let's have a little bit of a look at the exam itself, what we can expect, okay? And then we'll have a little bit of a look at what Edge can do for you. First and foremost, let's get started straight away. And for those that are new to CFA Level 2, when I say new, okay, I'm sure you've all written Level 1, of course, but perhaps have not been introduced to Level 2 in any meaningful manner, in that this is your first time writing perhaps. Well, having a look then at the exam weightings, what you notice when you look at the different exam weightings, okay, is that first and foremost there are 10 topics. Those 10 topics then break down into two significant groupings of exam weightings. Now, let's have a look over here. Ethics falls into the bigger section, 10 to 15%. Financial reporting or financial statement analysis fits into the 10 to 15%. Okay. We look over here. Equities, fixed income, and Portman all then fit into the 10 to 15% weighting, which gives them the higher level of weighting. Okay, anywhere between 10 to 15. If we just change our color over here and we have a look at the remaining 5 topics, quants, economics 5 to 10, corporate issuers 5 to 10, alternatives 5 to 10, and derivatives 5 to 10 as well. So what you notice is that there are two major groupings of exam weightings. We've got the bigger grouping, 10 to 15%, and then we've got the 5 to 10% weighting, which is a slightly smaller exam weighting. Okay. Looking at the various exam dates and times that we have available to the CFA Level 2 writers for 2024, there's the May window, the August window, and then you've got the November window in there as well. The May window, 22nd to 26th of May. Okay. The August window, 27th to the 31st of August, and 20th to the 24th of November for those guys wishing to write then in November. As I'm sure everybody by now is familiar, okay, CFA have introduced what we call a PSM. PSM is what we call the Practical Skills Module. Now, the Practical Skills Module, okay, is really what it's exactly that. CFA or CFA Institute are attempting to introduce, as candidates leave and go into the workplace, to give them some practical skills to be able to leave the designation with. So if you have a look at level 1, okay, there you had to do financial modeling, some type of Python programming, and you only had to choose one of them. Okay, level 2, we've got analyst skills, Python, data science, and AI. And what's interesting over here, guys, and I'm sure people are familiar with this by now, is you cannot get your exam results until such time as you have done the practical skills module. They're not overly long, they're about 10 to 15 hours worth of material. They are available, of course, from the CFA Institute on their website. Nothing too crazy, but just be mindful of it, that you cannot get your designation or your exam results until such time as you have done the practical skills module. We often advise candidates, depending on where you are in your process, but remember, if you're quite late in your process, and you need every last minute to be able to study, then what I suggest is that you delay your practical skills module and then write your CFA Level 2 exam, and in that period that you are waiting from the time that you write the exam till you wait for your results is often 4 to 5 weeks approximately. In that period, do your PSMs, your practical skills modules, and make sure that you're done then by the time exam results are released in order to then get your results. Okay, in terms of changes from 2023 to 2024, okay, there is not much at all. Okay, and just very, very briefly, I said we do have an appendix here. I'm not going to go through that in any kind of detail. Let me just highlight the changes for you very, very briefly. If you were a 2023 writer, writing then in 2024. Okay, so first and foremost, it's important to remember, okay, the changes are minimal. In terms of financial statement analysis, that's where the first change kicked in. Okay, a little change to the employee compensation reading, okay, to what it was in 2023. Predominantly the same, but there are some changes, just something to focus then upon that one. When we look then at equity valuation, small changes again to private company valuation, but nothing material there. Okay, alternative investments have had a little bit of quite a big change. Okay, in that private equity is gone from 2023. So if you saw that in 2023, that is now gone. And hedge funds has been introduced. Where did hedge funds come from? It's nothing new, guys. Okay, hedge funds have been introduced coming directly from the CFA Level 3 syllabus. Okay, there's also been a little bit of a rewrite, not crazy rewrite, but a few changes that we find as well on the real estate section. So when looking at the changes from 23 to 24, you'll notice that alts does carry quite a few of those changes. Okay, something else just to point out as well, when you look at the portfolio management section, okay, you'll notice that, okay, there was a reading called trading costs, okay, and electronic markets. That too has been removed. And interestingly enough, where do you find that one? If you were interested, that one you're going to go find then in the 2025 syllabus for CFA Level 3, interestingly enough. Okay, so always remember, guys, CFA moves stuffs around, sometimes changes a little bit, but if you have a look, and to be honest, that the changes from 23 to 24 are not material by any means, but those are a short summary then of the changes you can expect year on year. Keep in mind, of course, there weren't that many changes either from 22 to 23. Okay. Let's have a quick look at what your exam is going to look like, your exam format. Okay. Very similar to what you saw in CFA Level 1, but of course here the format and the manner of examining in CFA Level 2 changes. Here we go with what we call a vignette type format. I'm sure everybody's familiar with this by now. A vignette type format is what they do is they give you a vignette. A vignette is a fancy name for a story, case facts, or whatever you like to call them. You get 11 stories, and each story, which can be a page, page and a half, up to 2 pages, sometimes as much as that, is followed by 4 multiple choice questions. Okay, so the format of the exam, remember, of course, it is CBT, it's computer-based testing. Story, 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 followed by 4 multiple choice questions. The multiple choice questions always refer back to the story. They are not independent multiple choice questions. They refer back then to the story. And if you just do the maths, it's nice and easy. 11 stories, 11 vignettes, 4 multiple choice questions each. You've got 44 multiple choice questions overall in your exam. You have 132 minutes. Okay. So you do have time. It's approximately 12 minutes then per vignette. truth be told, is you've got to move. Have you got a lot of time? No. Have you got enough time? Yes. Okay, but you do need to move then through the various questions. And there we see over there, okay, you've got 180 seconds then per question. Also, just important to note that there are two separate exams. They look exactly the same. Each exam will cover 11 vignettes, 11 stories, followed by 4 multiple choice questions. In total, one can expect 44 multiple choice questions, and each multiple choice question is threefold: an A, a B, and a C. Okay, in terms of what's covered in terms of the material, okay, what can you expect in exam session 1 and exam session 2? All topics are covered in both exam sessions. Not that you will get all of the topics in each exam session. For example, exam session 1, okay, you might get 2 ethics questions and no quants questions, but all the topics can come up in either exam session. And if you have a look at the total weightings, then you'll have 44 multiple choice questions then in exam session 1, 44 multiple choice questions in exam session 2, a total of 88 multiple choice questions overall. And there we go. That's what your exam will look like. Very briefly, in terms of what can Edge do for you in terms of the programs that we have got available, we've got option 1. Option 1 is a completely online program, okay, and that takes you through the entire CFA Level 2 syllabus, a comprehensive set of notes, videos, question bank, and formula sheet. Option 2 is the revision and exam program. Now, the revision and exam program is exactly what the topic says, okay? It's a revision. So it's approximately anywhere between 20 to 24 hours worth of revision video with revision notes. And candidates often ask us, what then is the difference then between option 1 and option 2? Well, first of all, option 1 is a comprehensive set of notes. Option number 2 is a revision set of notes. And of course, the length of the videos will differ materially, option 1 to option number 2. And of course, you get 6 exams there as well. Okay. In terms of the remaining offers that we've got on our website, we just changed those around a little bit just to make sure that candidates have got a little bit more of an a la carte type menu. For example, you can just purchase the question bank if you like, just a complete set of notes if you like, and if you wanted practice exams as well. Just to make it very clear, the exams that you get in option 5, we call them 3 full exams. It's exactly the same thing that you get in option 2, which we call the 6 exams. Of course, remember that the exams, the full exams, are times 2. So you'd get 3 exams times 2, 6 exams there overall. This then brings us to a conclusion of this short little introductory video in terms of revision and exam. Hopefully by the conclusion of this video, we've got a bit of a sense of what we can expect in the CFA exam for level 2, as well as what Edge Designations as a prep provider can offer you. Just take the opportunity to wish everybody the most amount of success in the upcoming exams. I'm always a bit cautious when I wish people luck. We don't wish people luck, because if you studied well, you don't need luck, just a bit of success. That hopefully everything goes well for you on the day. Wishing everybody the absolute best, and hopefully we see you all in CFA Level 3.